Good afternoon. Welcome back. It is Thursday, September 28th, 2023. Couple more days left in this month, and we'll have to flip the calendar once again. Got a couple birthdays to talk about, a couple of events, so we will dive right in. On this day in 1975 at Martinsville, Dave Marcus wins his first ever Cup Series race. Of course, he'd win a few races in 76 in his final race in 82. But old Dave gets his first win driving the K&K insurance car at Martinsville. On this day in 1986 at North Wilkesboro, Darrell Waltrip gets his final win driving for Junior Johnson. Of course, he would continue to have wins for Rick Hendrick and his own team later on, but this would be the final trip together to Victory Lane for Darrell and Junior, and it comes at arguably Junior's most dominant track, kind of as a driver and an owner in his own backyard, so to speak. And speaking of last wins and dominant tracks and owners and drivers, on this day in 2003, Michael Waltrip wins his last Cup race. Obviously, it'd be the last one he would win with DEI, but it was at Talladega. So I think it's kind of funny that both Waltrip brothers win their final races in what was probably the best partnerships that they had on this date with their car owners, because obviously DW would win with Dyegard and he would win with Rick Hendrick and win in his own cars, but would never win a championship. And Michael's biggest success obviously come with DEI, so I just think that's a bit of an ironic thing that happened. But we do have a few birthdays to talk about today, so we'll go back to 1959. This driver has wins in the Truck Series and in the Xfinity Series, but he's more well known for his road racing prowess. Got a couple cards here from the 1992 Aaron Mack set. It'd be Ron Fellows. And really his only licensed racing cards are all in this set. So we'll flip this around. And you've seen these on the videos where we've ripped this product. He surprisingly doesn't have any NASCAR cards, and I would have thought he would have, considering, drivers like Boris Said, Tommy Kendall, Dorsey Schrader, some of the other road race guys that come in for limited schedules did get cards for them in NASCAR. Born on this date in 1968, he's a two-time Formula One champion, 1998 and 1999. I was surprised to find that I had at least one card of him, Mr. Mika Hakkinen. So this is the Pro Tracks. I believe it's from 91 as well. And this is the Lotus Judd. I wasn't watching F1 at this time, but that was obviously one of the very, very, very back of the pack cars. You can see like a BP logo, and you see the Tommy Hilfiger logos. So these guys were just picking up any bit of funding that they could. And our final birthday, born on this day in 1950, worked for such networks like MRN, ESPN, ABC, and he's worked in NASCAR, IndyCar, drag racing, you name it, this guy has called it, either as an announcer or pit reporter. He's ran tracks up in the Northeast, because that's where he grew up. And then this guy also fills in occasionally on Sirius XM radio for some of the folks when they have a day off. It'd be Mr. Jack Arute. Pretty good follow on Twitter or X or whatever the kids are calling it these days, but got a few cards here from the early 90s. So obviously you see the ABC fire suit, so this would have been the spring Talladega race that he was at. I think it's funny, even back then, Max didn't even bother. I mean, they just took a couple pictures of him on what's probably the same day, and they just said, nobody will notice. And then you have another fire suit here. ABC, a different one. He actually looks like a driver in that picture, which I think is pretty cool. I'm starting to warm up to these 93 Max cards a lot. I really hated them back in the day, but I'm starting to really dig them now. And then we have this 97, what is that, Ultra Update. And I like these because they leave you a lot of spots to get it signed. And Jack does do TTM, so I highly recommend you send out to him, because he does do TTMs. His address is listed in all those websites that you can go find. But I've enjoyed. I need to get back into TTMs. I've only done a few this year, but be that as it may. So anyway, that is our birthdays and events. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We will see you tomorrow.